Imagine the square has a thread around it. Involute is the motion of the very tip of that thread, as I am showing at the moment. Notice that the thread is being turned at a center from each edge of this shape, in this case a square. The radius is being changed at every edge of the square. Thus, this will help us in drawing our involutes. Make sure that you annotate each edge. Note it then you must end each line from the point of the radius. Every time that the involute has turned a quarter of a circle, the radius is extended by the amount of the side of the square, as shown in the video. It is custom that we do one revolution of an involute. Of a regular shape, in this case a triangle, the method is the same. First, extend the first line, and from that point, create an arc with the radius equal to the side of the shape. As soon as the arc hits the extended line, the radius is extended. Thus, we must do a new extension from the new radius point. Solution. Exit point. Notice that point I did two numbers. This will help. I start first by extending each line as a reference. From each number, 1 in this case, do an arc, and continue always extending from the new point 2, 3, 4, 5 as new center in order to create another piece of the arc. We will talk about working in of shape. However, due that the tangent line of a circle around is infinite, it is impossible for us to work. So the difference is that we must divide the circle into a number of parts. Like every time, first we must decide the direction. There, we must divide the circle into parts. In this case, parts. This custom circle divided due that it gives us the right amount of distance from one point to another for later on in the working. However, if the circle is not that large, it is acceptable to do less divisions, such as 8. In order to do the divisions of 12, we use the 30, 60, and 90 degrees angles. In order to divide this circle into 8 parts, we use the 45 degrees. After having divided the circle into 12 parts, draw tangential lines to each division. These are the extended lines like we did in the previous examples with each shape, with each side. Imagine that these extended lines are the piece of string that were round the shape that we had before. Is a piece of string being unwound from the shape. After having done all the extension lines of the tangent, we must measure one part of the division. And from each point we must mark out all the divisions. The tangential line, we must mark out the number of points that it is increased. So if we are marking on the tangential lines coming out from point 3, it means that we have to mark out 3 divisions of circle. Until we finish with the final tangential line, we should end up having 12 divisions, making up our circumference of the circle. When divisions are done, mark out the final point in order to help you draw freehand the involute of the circle. It is done freehand due that the radius is constantly changing, therefore cannot be done with a compass but freehand. Make sure that when drawing freehand, turn according to the arc in favor of your hand. Do not go against your wrist natural movement. When drawing an involute of a circle, there is another method. This method is found to be more accurate. Once again, we start by dividing the circle into 12 divisions. Another method that one can divide a circle into 12 is by taking the radius of the circle, and from each point, the 0 and 90 points, we mark out 2 arcs on each side. These will give us 12 divisions as shown in the video. Once again, from each point, extend a tangential line. Reminder, a tangential line is found to be 90 degrees from the center. Third, extending all tangential lines. This is where method 2 is different. We will have to find the exact length of the circumference of the circle. This is done by using a simple mathematical equation pi d or 2 pi r. After finding the circumference, measure the circumference onto the final tangential line, the longest tangential line from point 0/12. Circumference must then be divided into 12 equal parts to find all the divisions. This is done with the method known as division of a line. From the center of the circle and the compass, mark out each division to its respective tangential line. Out twice and freehand do the arcs one after the other. Once again, I remind you to always move in favor of the wrist movement and not go against the wrist natural movement. Turn the work in your favor.